Okay, so we want to do a dam break unsteady flow model, right? So we're going to go over to our project that I did earlier today. Let me go and turn off the FEMA stuff. Turn off my flood results. There we go. And I've got my floodway data in there. Let me take that out. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just clear all those out. So let's see, how do I do that? Say remove all. That's it. Okay, so we want to switch this from a steady state model to an unsteady flow model. One way we could do it, we could come in here and say scenario manager, and we could come in here and make a copy of this, right? So I'm going to come in here and say duplicate current scenario. We'll call it a dam break or dam failure. And put in geometry as dam failure as well. Okay, and let me get rid of those that FEMA stuff. Where is that turned on? Right here. That's it. Okay. So I want to put a dam in right here. In fact, you can see it in your terrain. You see where the dam structure should go, somewhere right there. So I want to put in a section at the downstream face and upstream face. So we're going to go over to our cross sections menu. Say draw a cross section. And I'm going to go and draw in a curvilinear line. Click on the draw button, and I'm going to draw a line at the downstream face of that dam. And it's actually not a dam, it's a bicycle path, but we're going to assume it's going to be a dam. And we're going to go along here like that. You end it over here. Now if I wanted to, I could take that section right there. I could make a copy of it, right? I could come in here, right click on it, say copy. And I could put the copied section there. And it would automatically renumber it for me. So let's try that. Copy it, and it copied and renumbered it. Now, I don't like where it is. I can grab it and drag it around and get it located there. That's one way, right? Another way we could do that is we could offset this line, right? We could come in here to our map edit menu and choose offset polyline. You see it's already selected. Give it a distance I want to offset it. So I want to go and offset it to the other side of that dam, right there. And it's going to, and we want to know what side. So click on pick. I'm going to pick on this side of it, and just hit OK, and it draws in my line. So you could do something like that. Now, of course, it didn't do a very good job right down here, right here. So we might want to go and smooth that out. So right now it's got a really kind of funky turn here, right? I want to fix that. So let me show you we can do that. Now to prevent me from, let me turn off my elevation grid. To prevent me from accidentally selecting my AutoCAD layer, I'm going to go over to my, see these red squares? These basically represent me to lock from selection. So if I check that box, I can't actually select that layer now. Right? So I turn that back on. I can select the layer, turn it back off. It's not selectable. Okay, so I want to fix this line, though. I want to see if I can still rescue it. So I can go over to, say, reshape polyline. Pick that polyline I want to reshape. And I'm going to draw on a curved line. Just click on draw. And you can just make sure you intersect the line. And just draw where you want it to go. Somewhere like that. Say done. It'll straighten itself out. And just hit OK. And it cleans it up. So you can reshape things on the fly there. You can also reshape polygons as well. So if we wanted to cut that section, we could go by under input, under cross sections, we could say assign cross section. Right click on select it, pick it. Pick it. Okay, wait a minute, I think it added my section right. It did already, so it was already there. So it's done. So I can turn off that layer. I see my section. And now my banks aren't in there, right? So we could go to assign entity, you see assign channel banks. We grab our two sections, this one here and that one there. Right click, say done. And we're going to do it based on, let's see, that polyline. We can come in here and grab those two lines. Grab that line right there. Oh, I can't select it, right? It's not available. So I've got to cancel it. Let me go and let's set that layer again so I can grab it. Now I want to repeat that last command. I can press Control R. It repeats my last command. Come in here again, grab this one, and we'll select this one as well. There we go. There's 2 selected. Grab our polylines. So grab this one and that one. Right click, say done. Hit OK. Now my bank stations are in there. Okay, so now I want to put in my structure. So maybe I want to turn the train data back on. And I'm going to go over to inline structure. If I had a center line, I would have selected. In this case, I'm just going to draw it in. And we'll turn on curvilinear line again. Hit draw. We're going to draw right through the high part of that, if we can see where it is. It seems to be right there. Take that across over. Maybe finish up over here. Right? And we want to measure how wide the structure is. So come in here and assume it's going to go from here to there. And how far is it to the upstream cross section? We'll just measure that distance off there. And just hit apply, puts in your structure. When I go look at our structure, just double click on it. You'll see your dam coming up. Now, in this case, it's reading our ground geometry. In reality, though, I want to take all that out. I'm going to come in here, just select this row right here, go to the bottom, select that second to last one, hold the shift key down, and it'll grab all those rows. Right click, say delete rows. And now I can just set this same value. Just pull that down so it's the same value. Now let's put a spillway in there. So it seems like the midpoint there is about, in fact, if you put your cursor over it, down in the bottom corner, you can see it's tracking your station and elevation. So my X is like 360, somewhere in there. So I want to put let's say it's 350. So we'll come in here, we'll right click, say insert row. I can press Control R 3 times, it'll add 3 more rows. So I'm going to start at, let's say, 325, 325. 375, 375. Then we're going to take these same values, carry it down. And then these smaller values are going to make it, like, say, 755. There we go. There's my spillway, right? So now I want to have a little bit of pilot flow running through there. So I'll just give it some base flow of 100 CFS, just in case there's no water. Heck, whereas 1D model has to have water running in it. If there's no water, it won't run. Okay, versus a 2D version can run dry. We want to go to dam failure, so go to dam breach. We'll say breach this structure. We'll say the center line is at the center of that. We'll say 350. Bottom width, let's say it's 50 feet. Bottom elevation, we'll come in here and pick this value right here. Let's give it a side slope of 1 to 3 for angle repose. And we'll say it's going to fail in a half an hour. Now, when does it fail? Well, we want to maximize the failure, see what kind of damage it can occur downstream for worst case. So we're going to set the trigger elevation to some very high number. So the highest number here we have is 760 feet. So let's make it 10,000 feet. Right? Nothing's going to get that high, or shouldn't at least. And we want it to fail it based on a sine wave. So click on the sine wave button, and so it's initially slow, speeds up, and then slows down again. Click on close, and that's defined. Now we want to go and run this as unsteady. Right now it says steady flow, right? So go over into your scenario manager and just toggle this over to unsteady flow. So now you'll notice this changes to unsteady flow. Go over here for our downstream boundary, we're going to say normal depth again. For the upstream end, we're going to give it a flow hydrograph. I happen to have one in Excel for this project. I think it's not that one, it's this one here. Copy to my clipboard. Come in here to define. You could also tie into a DSS file if you want, or if you're using an HMS or something. I'm just going to paste that information in. This is on a 15-minute time step. So this is 24 hours long, and our peak here is 14,000. Okay, we're all set. Now, if you wanted it, you may want, in some cases, you may want to put a minimum override. Right now, it goes down to 300, right? But you might have to set it, let's say 1,000. So if I say 1,000, you'll see it draws in a little notch here. So it won't let flow drop below 1,000. Don't need to do that in this case, but sometimes you do. So we'll take that value out of there. Click on OK. And we're set there. Click on OK. Ready to go run this. Go over to analysis. hit the little running person. Today is February 24th. Is that right? I guess so. And we're going to run it till the 25th, 1 day long. We want to output results a little bit shorter than that. So let's say we're going to output, say, every 10 minutes. Well, it has to be a multiple of this, so you can't do like 6 minutes or something. It has to be a multiple of whatever that initial time step is. Hit compute. Maximum headwater not defined for a bridge structure. Okay, so we'll have to fix that up. So we'll go and close this up. In fact, let me take the bridge out because otherwise it's going to take forever to run this. So I'll just come in here, delete that bridge structure. If you needed to model that though, if I undo that, you can go over to our, you want to choose under rating curves, bridge and culvert structures, and basically you want to tell, it's going to build a family of rating curves here. So it needs to have a maximum headwater elevation. You could come in here, pick a value off of here, somewhere, and you could put that in there. But it's going to take a lot longer to run with a bridge. So I'm going to just take the bridge out. Let's try running it again. Go over to hit the running person. It's going to run our simulation. Ready to go. Now, it didn't fail the dam, right? So if we go look at this dam structure up here, I turn on my base map again. If I select the base structure, the dam structure, go over to results, go to cross-section plot. This represents the maximum water surface elevation that was reached. And so if I want to see what that value is, I can click on it. And this is showing energy, so it's, I'm not quite sure. So I can come in here, click on water surface, but it doesn't show me the value. So the easier way is go over to detail output, and this is going to show you your inline structure. And here you can see your water surface got this 762.94. So let's fill the dam at 762.8. So we're trying to maximize the amount of headwater above that dam. When it starts to fail, it's going to drop all that downstream. So close this up, double click on a structure again, and in here for our elevation, instead of 10,000 feet, we're going to put in 762.8. Click on close and rerun our simulation. Okay, so now we can look at it. We go select our structure, go to results, go to cross section, and what we want to do is go over to options, hit animate. This is the initial time step. At time step 0, that's how high the water is over that spillway. All right, and we can hit the play button here. You can watch that water rise up, and when it gets to 762 feet, it's 762.8. It's going to start failing that dam. So pretty soon it's going to start failing. There, failed pretty quickly. You can see it in profile as well. So we can go over to our profile plot, go to options, animate again. Back this up one time step. This is the maximum value reached all the way along that river. So I'm going to go and use that to figure out the extent of that. So this is when the dam starts to fail, right there, 762.8. I guess if I could click on it somewhere in there. It's not let me grab it. This is our spillway elevation right there. That was whatever that 755 or something like that. So anyways, we go back to our animation control. We're going to step forward one time step. This is initial water surface at time 0. Remember, it's just flowing a little bit over the dam. Again, this is representing the sill of the spillway, the crest of the spillway. Go ahead and hit the little play button again. When it gets up to 762.8, it's going to fail that structure. You're going to see a big wall of water coming down. Now, of course, you want to go and create a flood model of that too. So you can go over to flood map. And if we want, we can create a time series animation. I don't know why it's disabled here, but we're gonna go. Let's go water surface elevation. We're gonna look at the max water surface elevation there, and we're all set to go. The flood contours I'll turn off, otherwise you end up with lots and lots of lines. Hit OK. It's going to create our flood inundation map for us. There we go. So here you can see we're having some issues there. So remember what that is, that bounding box, right? It extends us out a little bit further. So if to fix that up, we can come in here, right click on it, say edit vertices, grab that last vertex, just pull that a bit further out. Same thing, grab this one right here. Grab that last one right there and just pull that a bit further out. Maybe we want to put in a pivot point. We can come in here, click there, and put it, let's see, if I grab that, move this like this, that'll turn into an anchor. There we can go and try this again. So I could rerun my simulation, but it's probably going to just be backwatering there. So you just go back to flood map, hit OK, and there you can see your flood map produced in there. Same thing, we got another issue coming over here.